Hey guys, welcome to Honeycomb, and today we're going to be talking about a more sustainable sneaker called the Nike Creator Impact. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kayo, and if you haven't subscribed yet, click on the subscribe button down below and the little notification bell. That helps us out a lot, especially if you do want to hear from us, because we come out with content pretty regularly and you might want to see it. And while you're doing that, do follow at Kayo Cosio on Instagram, that's me, and follow at Ajimamag and at Honeycomb Manila, which is this place here, our studio in Double Dragon Plaza. That stuff goes a long way for us, especially the comments and the subscribe. So if you've done that, thank you guys so much. Alright, so let's talk about the sneaker. Here in this box, the box is a little bit damaged, as you can see here. It says Move to Zero is Nike's journey towards zero carbon and zero waste to help protect the future of sport. So let's open it up. And inside the box, there is never any paper inside these, or at least the best of my knowledge, there's never paper inside these made to zero boxes. And the idea is to reduce the carbon footprint. And this is the Nike Creator Impact. Alright, so the effort to make these creator shoes is something that was born out of a lot of research with Nike. If you're familiar with the Space Hippie line, then that's kind of where this design philosophy comes from and where they got the idea for these creator outsoles. So the creator outsoles are made out of a new foam where they use, I believe this is an EVA foam, and then suspended inside the EVA foam is what is essentially factory waste, ground up bits that have been going to landfills, and instead of them going to landfills, they've been integrated into new products so that they can be used, that the material can be used by people instead of just being waste. The result is this creator foam, which has a very specific aesthetic. I am a fan of the aesthetic if you've been following our channel for a while, but it might not be for you. If it is, then this is a good option to look at. Now, on the creator foam, there's a lot of surface area that meets the floor, that meets the ground, and that will get dirty and that will get used up, which is fine. But they also have some high wear areas here on the heel and on the toe where they use that Nike grind rubber as well. And that's gonna protect your sneaker and let it last longer, because those high wear areas do need a stiffer, a harder, a more dense material to make the sneaker last longer. Now you might ask, how come a sneaker that's only 20% recycled by weight is more sustainable? And I actually answered that when we did our review on the Space Hippie 04. Now if you remember the Space Hippie 04, when they came out with that in 2020, that was Nike's most lowest carbon footprint sneaker ever, or the least environmental impact sneaker of all time. And it was also only 20% recycled by weight. And the reason for that is because most of the weight of this sneaker is in the midsole and outsole. It is this big chunk of foam that makes up the lion's share of the weight of the sneaker. So at this point, it doesn't matter if you did the entire top 100% recycled, you would still only be making up for a little bit of the total weight, which is made by this outsole. So with Creator Foam, if I remember correctly, Creator Foam is about 15% grind rubber, and that means that there's 85% new material that goes into this foam. Now, we haven't gotten to a point yet where we can make foams out of fully recycled materials, but the idea with the Move to Zero movement or campaign inside of Nike is to eventually get there. And this is step 1 or step 2 in that process, and hopefully within a few years we can get to a point where we are using zero carbon footprint to make these sneakers. The upper is made out of kind of an open cell kind of mesh that allows for breathability throughout the entire upper. It's made almost entirely of that one material, and then it's almost a no-sew construction where it has the fuse, but you can see there are some stitches inside. Those accents are done with pops of orange, and the heel tab that's used to pull the sneaker up onto your foot is also done in that orange. Another way that they try to reduce the materials used is that they do all of the accents with embroidery. So you see the swoosh here is done. It's sewn in. That's usually done with a recycled polyester thread. and that's on both sides. So on the medial side, you have an outline of a swoosh done in embroidery, and then on the lateral side, it's filled in, kind of done with this kind of striped running stitch look. The tongue is also done in a mesh, but there seems to be like a heavier kind of polyester yarn that's used for this, and it's done in a waffle kind of finish. And then the logo, the tongue tag, it says Nike going around in a circle, bright orange on a gray backing with some webbing that runs down the toe. Now, usually when you see materials that are like this, that are heavily polyester, nowadays, these are done with heavily recycled threads. So you can expect that there is a lot of polyester that is recycled, that comes from post-consumer waste and comes from plastic bottles, ending up in your sneaker when you see something like this. A lot of webbing and a lot of polyester. Now it looks like that most of the upper is done in that polyester, and then here in the center you have this kind of recycled suede that we saw on the Pre-day, on the Nike Armax Pre-day. If you haven't seen that review, see it up here. Another very good sustainable shoe, and that makes up this kind of mid-foot section of the sneaker where the lacing system goes into. Now the lacing system uses these round laces, and these are recycled laces as well, and instead of using holes, it uses the webbing and these box embroidery things that you see here. The laces go through there, and apparently this is a more efficient way of using materials to make a lacing system and making a more durable sneaker. So that's one of the concerns when designing a shoe, is that you need to use a lot of materials to be able to withstand the kind of pressures that a sneaker takes. And this is a design element that Nike is using to build the sneakers that reduces the amount of material that needs to be used in totality. If you wanted to have a higher recycled by weight sneaker, you could actually use more material, use more recycled materials, and that would lift your recycled by weight number. But by using less materials in totality, you lower your carbon footprint. If you consider like something that has like almost no stepping comfort, like a Chuck Taylor, right? A vulcanized sneaker, and you compare that all the way up to your Zoom X React sneakers, which are the 10s, right? Your Air Vapor Max broke in, which are like your 7, 8, 9s. I would say that this lands just below these at maybe a 7, and but the upper comfort is really good as well because there is a lot of padding in the upper, and it is a lightweight sneaker. Most of the comfort that you're gonna get from this sneaker will come from this ortholite style insole. It's not removable, but you can see it here in the top shot. It's an ortholite style midsole with that pinwheel, sustainable Nike swoosh logo on the inside. Sizing, go true to size. This is a size down for me, which is snug. I would recommend that you went true to size or half a size up for these sneakers. They are intended as an all-day, everyday sneaker, so get something that is comfortable. If you have the opportunity to try them on in store, then do so. If you order them online, Nike.com has a really good return policy, and you can use a Nike app as well. And if the sneakers don't fit you, the customer service, you can call them up toll-free. I think they have a toll-free number for landlines, for Globe, and for Smart. And you can call them up and they'll help you out, whether that's returning the sneaker and changing it for a different pair or changing it to a different size, whether that be in your home, your office, the mall. This is a good pair of sneakers for that kind of lifestyle. Don't wear them to the beach. Don't wear them too much like in gutters. Don't wear them to go cycling, do sports like that. This is a everyday casual athleisure pair of sneakers. And you buy and wear a pair of sneakers like this to send a message, really, that this is a set of values that you support and that you would like to have in your aesthetic, because at the end of the day, your fashion should speak about what you believe in. And when you wear a pair of Crater sneakers, that's what you're doing. You're making a fashion statement that this is, sustainability is something that I believe in and something I want to support. All right, so that's it for our review of the Nike Crater Impact. Again, if you're gonna buy a women's pair and you are in men's sizing, go a 1 point up sizes or 1.5 sizes up to get your size number. For me, that should be a size 11. This is a size 10.5, and that's one of the reasons why I'm saying, okay, go true to size or half a size up, because these fit me, but they fit me snug. Do you have any questions? Ask them in the comment section down below or send me a DM. I am at Kayo Cosio on Instagram, follow at Mag on Instagram, and follow at Honeycomb and follow at Honeycomb Manila, which is our studio in Double Dragon Plaza. But you know, I do appreciate the DMs, but leave them in the comments below, because that way it helps other people who might have the same question. And if you do have this pair of sneakers, leave your opinion in the comments below as well, because if people are looking it up in the search and they want to read through the comments, that will help them out as well. All right, I wish you guys good luck. I wish you guys good health. Peace.